Okay, so big news. Big news. Fortnite is back on the US Appstore. What?
Boom!
5
Boom!
years.
We've
5
won.
years. So
Tim Sweeney, baby. That's it.
So for anyone that doesn't know, we should just do a quick recap. So basically, 5 years ago, Apple stopped Fortnite from being on the iOS store because they were using out-of-store payments, and that wasn't part of policy from Apple. Since then, Tim Sweeney and Epic have been taking Apple to court in every single location, from what I can see. And eventually it's all come down to this one statement from US judge, which has effectively, I mean, I've got the statement in front of me, I can read it. Effective immediately, Apple will no longer impede developers' ability to communicate with users, nor will they levy or impose a new commission on off-app purchases. And that was
27%. The 27% there, because you remember, Adam, it was like, oh, okay, you can do 30% through in-app purchase, or you can do 27% if you direct them out.
yes,
right?
yeah.
Like, oh, you can make that 3% saving, which weren't a saving because you have to pay.
Still got to pay for
You have to pay. Exactly. It's like it doesn't make sense. You know.
It's I mean, obviously Apple are trying to protect their business. I get that. But at the same time, this has just, I was going to say opened the door, but it's kind of blown the door off its hinges, to be honest. I think we now, as a consequence of this, we're going to see pretty much every game starting to do like out-of-store purchases. It's coming, right? I think over the next couple of weeks, even, we're going to start to see every single game sort of throwing these in rapidly.
Look, Adam. The DMA was just the beginning, right? Like the DMA, and because it was Europe, big developers globally, like in the US or in APAC, we're not really paying attention as much. Now it's Europe and America. Now you're going to see a rate of adoption to this strategy, in an incredibly high rate, right? Like light speed. People can actually save money and they can rebalance the unit economics of mobile, which has been the killer for mobile for a long time.
100%.
So it's an amazing achievement. It's a great win. Studios have another way to rebalance the checkbook and start making money again.
But I also think like this for me opens up other avenues as well. I mean, like, you've got Apple have effectively turned around and said, right, we can't stop this anymore, so you can do out of store payments. But you've also then got, Epic, Microsoft have just started coming in again with the Microsoft Store. Epic have said that they're going to release the Epic Store on iOS. As soon as these other stores come in, I think it's all going to become, when you start as a developer talking about, okay, I'm going to go on one of the stores, when you're choosing the store, I think it comes down to discoverability now, because you're going to be looking at which one is able to find your audience and tie you to your audience as cheaply as possible. Now, if you don't have, to run tons and tons of user acquisition, and the store is actually doing what it's supposed to do in the first place and finding your audience, like Steam's been doing for a long time, like Epic's been doing for a long time on PC, that they're capable of doing this. It's going to be really interesting to see if we start to get like like we've been seeing on PC lately with all of the sort of indies coming through, like Expedition 33, we've had Liza P, we've had the
Schedule 1,
the Precinct from Quali.
The Precinct from Quali, plug.
Play now.
Please buy it, please.
But we've had all of these games which are essentially not AAAs. They're not huge titles, but they've been doing very, very well from discoverability. Now, if that happens on mobile,
sorry, mate. Like the Steam algorithm is promoting discoverability, right? Whereas the App Store has not done that for like 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing thing. Like I'm completely behind you. I think new stores, new technology that will allow discoverability in mobile.
I just got goosebumps thinking of like we're going to start to see Flappy Birds all over again. Like
Touch wood. Touch wood. You know, I'm all about this growth in game stuff, Adam. You know, I put all my money into it. So, like, if it doesn't start growing, you know, I don't know what's going to
I
happen.
thought
To my
that was
kids,
into
like.
trainers.
There's a lot into trainers, but more of my money is into games than anything else. And I really want my kids to grow up with, you know, leave some to my kids perhaps, you know, rather than lose it all on games. So I really need games to grow.
I honestly, I think it's a hell of a day. I think it's incredibly exciting to see this coming back round, and it's you know, everyone's been talking about it for a long time and talking about the fact that it's going to come back. But it's finally back on the store. It's cool.
Yeah, look, and honestly, dude, I think that obviously the amount of people that will be playing Fortnite will increase dramatically now, right? Like people out there who.
Well, it's already like #1 in the charts again.
Yeah, look, it's #1 in the charts. Average session length per day will increase because people will be able to play, like, if they've got an iPhone, whereas before they would have to do some sort of like skullduggery, cracked sort of thing to try and get it on their phone, if that was a possibility, or they would have to play other games and then go to play on their desktop or console when they got home. Now they can just play on the go, like what's been going on.
Or even like in my house where I've got a PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Steam Deck, which I've put Windows on in order to be able to play Fortnite. And now my other kid wants to join in and play as in a 4. So it enables that. It's great.
Yeah. Look, man, it's a good day. You know, it's a great day. One that we have, contributed to the downfall of the monopoly, which I think is the right thing to do. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of monopolies in general in any ecosystem or area. But
apart from Monopoly Go.
Yeah, except for Monopoly Go. Shout out to Scopely. But yeah, look, I think it's great. It re-levels the playing field. Users get what they want, right? And at the end of the day, us working in games, the first priority is to build stuff that our users love, right? Like it's make the most fun games for the world's players. Get the game into the hands of people who want to play it. And
but also perceptively right now, if you're a gamer, perceptively right now, you're going to be paying less for more, effectively.
Yeah.
Which is also quite nice.
Yeah, but the users win because they're getting what they want. They're getting the game. The Epic wins because they've now got the ability to get more users back in an easy way. The industry wins because there'll be growth because there'll be more people playing Fortnite. Some part of the industry
and Fortnite has tons of UGC content anyway, so there's going to be other developers benefiting from that ecosystem as it is.
Yeah, like UEFN. But yeah, look, maybe there's some other developers out there who start losing a bit of market share because they'll be pushing people to Fortnite. But Fortnite makes a lot of money, and that's more money into the ecosystem and the industry, and for me that's good. The only people that lose is Apple. And let's be frank, really, really frank. There is no reason in today's age where they should be getting 30% of in-app purchases anyway, right? That's one thing, because again, discoverability has been broken for a long time and we need to find new sources of discoverability. But again, they've been limiting one of the best games of all time because of a financial contribution dispute, right? That's not what games is about,
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that we've come to this decision. Obviously, I'm an advisor to Stash, so I love seeing these wins because it helps them grow as well. And yeah, look, I think it's a good thing for everyone.
Very cool. Very cool. Right, I need to go. I've got to go play Fortnite.
You go play Fortnite. I'm going to go play Fortnite on my iPhone 16. Right. Cheers, folks. Bye-bye.